Over here with Fox 11 prep expert Doug Ritchie. Doug, basketball season is over, and this was really one of the more talent-rich seasons you're going to see in Northeast Wisconsin probably for a while.
Yeah, I think so, and that's the reason why this year with our all-area teams, normally we go 5 kids. Seriously, we went 6 on each team because there just was no way to knock one kid out. There was no way you could justify it. We saw a lot of good kids that are going to be playing at the next level. I was looking at the all-area teams. I wanted to make sure you knew. Most basketball teams just 5. Well, they're so good we had to go with 6.
All right.
Who are you going to knock out here?
So let's start on the all boys, the large division schools. We have large division and small division. Got Cody Wickman from Pulaski, Cody Schwartz from West Depeer, Adam Byer from Notre Dame, Aaron Maish from Southwest, Dakota Oski from Seymour, Bennett Cook from Ashwaubenon, Doug, a lot of, like you said, college players on this list.
Yeah, they're all going to play college someday. Obviously, Dakota and Cody Schwartz got to wait a little bit longer, but so much talent here, and I've never seen it like this in Northeast Wisconsin where we've had it. And these 6 kids, boy, they all deserve this.
A lot of really tall guys.
Yes, there are.
Let's go to the small division schools now. You got Turner Botts and Kenneth Lowe, the 2 guys going to Green Bay from Little Chute. Eric Kittle from Brilliant, Travis Voigt from New Lutheran, Cole Van Schindel from Wrightstown, and Toby Hegner heading to Creighton from Berlin, a real good player, big guy. Yeah,
this team dunked a lot, especially that number 2 guy, Kenneth Lowe. I was looking through highlights through the year. Man, he hurt a lot of rims.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Kenneth Lowe. This is a guy really, his game rounded out this year. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, he got better in the post. He didn't take as many threes, which Mickey Martin didn't want him to. When you're 6'8" and can flush it, you want to be down low, and that's what he did very well this year.
We got a nice little montage of his best dunks. Very, very talented guy, signed to play for Green Bay. Dakota Oski as well, a talented guy for Seymour. All right, let's go over to the girls now. We'll start with the large team on the girls' side. We got Morgan Anderson, Kayla Dawson from De Pere, Allie LeClaire from Notre Dame, Frankie Wirtz from Kimberly, Chelsea Nooker from Bayport, Brenna Heisey from New London, part of a talented New London group.
Lots of talent on this team. These kids all go up and down, really good athletes.
Very impressive. All right, let's go to the small division now. For the small division team on the girls' side, McKenna Larson from O'Connell Falls does it in a lot of different sports. Taylor Schmidt from Algoma, Kelsey Stengel, the MVP from the tournament, the girls' state tournament from Kewanee, Maddie Reed from Lords Lake, and James from O'Connell. Callie Walker from Berlin. Callie Walker, school's all-time leading scorer from Berlin.
Absolutely. Walker, James, Reed, and Larson, 1,000 points.
Let's talk about one of the standouts from these teams. Kimberly really busted on the scene this year, Doug.
Well, Frankie, to see where that 3-pointer was shot, it was about 24 feet. She's the reason why De Pere didn't win 45 games in a row at least, because she took them out in the sectional semi. She is a really good player.
Very impressive. And also we mentioned that duo of De Pere players, not the trip to state they wanted, but a very talented team.
Dawson and Anderson, Kayla Dawson, Morgan Anderson, such good players, scored, passed the ball, played great defense. They didn't get the state because of Frankie Wirtz and company, but 2 really great careers.
All right, let's talk about the players of the year now. We have boys and girls players of the year coming your way from large division and from small division. So let's start. Large division on the boys' side goes to, appropriately, a state champion.
State champion. How can't you give it to Cody Wickman?
Yep.
15, 16 points per game. Had to play, he shot 3-pointers, but on defense, he had to play in the post. His versatility was so good, and you saw that this year. And kind of underrated on defense. At least he was in the state championship game. I thought he played really well.
And he's a guy, he's committed to play for UW Milwaukee. He's signed to play there. And you feel like in college, Doug, he's going to be playing really a totally different position, maybe playing more the 2 or the 3, whereas, like you said, he played 4 and 5 in high school.
Yeah, at Milwaukee, he can fire the 3-pointer like nobody does around this area. He's such a great shooter. He's going to really help Milwaukee's perimeter game without question.
He'll be really impressive. All right, the small division boys player of the year, we're giving it to Turner Botts from Little Chute. Now, 2 great players from Little Chute. What set Botts apart from everybody else?
Turner scored more than anybody on his team, rebounded better than anybody on his team, and the leader of this team, really a feisty competitor, played good D. And one of the things I think he did well was get to the basket. He's such a good shooter, but he got to the hoop, and he's just solid all over the place.
And we mentioned Kenneth Lowe. Turner Botts also committed to play for Brian Wardle and the Green Bay Phoenix. Another guy who's going to be, looking at a different position, but like you said, a real emotional leader for that team, and the community really embraced this guy.
Yeah, and the thing I like about him, 6'6", he'll be able to shoot 3s at the college level just fine.
He'll be a fun guy to watch how he develops on the college level. All right, let's go over to the girls' side now. We had several schools at the state championships at the Rice Center to choose from. For the large division player of the year, we went with a first title since 2001 for her school. That's our large division player of the year.
Large division player of the year, Allie LeClaire from Notre Dame.
Well deserved.
One of my favorite players to watch. The way she runs the fast break, not just gets her points, but gets points for other people. And you see how she is off the dribble when she wants to get her points. She's pretty much an unstoppable force when she wants to be.
And that's really what I've been impressed with her in the times I've seen her. It's that ability to get to the rim so often that really, hey, Kevin Bohr says she's committed to play for Green Bay as well, and she's got some time left. That's what really makes her stand out.
She scores in so many different ways. That's why she's so hard to guard.
All right, small division player of the year. You see it right there. Algoma's Taylor Schmidt, another state champion for the Algoma Wolves. Taylor Schmidt just, the floor general out there for Algoma.
Her state semifinal was so good. She had, I think, 13 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. She just did everything. And she is the true point guard. She looks for her teammates first, as you've seen in a lot of these highlights, but she can score if need to be.
Yeah, we saw in the state championship game, they really shut her down in the first half. Second half, she needed to score, and she was able to do that. All right, let's talk about the coaches now. We'll start with the boys' large division coaches. And Doug, they call it, sometimes with a cringe, Shaw ball. That's what they call it.
They didn't cringe when they were holding up the gold ball for Shaw ball. Dave Shaw from Pulaski did it his way, and nobody did it better this year. D2 state champs. No matter what style you play, when you win a state title, it's a really good style.
Yeah, and what we're talking about for those unfamiliar with Pulaski, they play slow, they hold the ball, they work the clock. It's frustrating to play against, but hey, the kids really embrace it, and it worked.
Yeah, it worked to a T this year. A lot of teams got frustrated. I saw that a lot of times when they played. And if you notice in these highlights, Shaw ball, you know what, it gets you a lot of open shots.
Yep. Well, when you work around for long enough like that,
absolutely,
it's bound to work. It looks a lot like, Bo Ryan on the college level, except they have the shot clock to deal with it. And I guess my question is, when you see Dave Shaw and Pulaski when it works, do you think more teams adopt this style going forward? I know it's been around for a while.
Yeah, it's been around, but I think teams are going to still stay with what they do best. And that a lot of the teams around here want to score a little bit more, but if Shaw can win a couple more, maybe people turn their way. But you also need the discipline. And the Pulaski kids had better discipline than anybody in the state in Division II. That's why they got a gold ball.
Yeah, Cody Wickman, Jordan Steedy, a lot of good players.
They could have shot more.
Absolutely, I think they might have enjoyed that. All right, let's go to the boys' small school coach of the year. We're going with Mark Mearstein, new Lutheran, taking his team back to state, getting to the state title game. Doug, what made his work so special?
Well, did anybody win more games than NEW in our area this year? No.
I don't think so.
They won their first 28, fell to Randolph in the state championship game. And they kind of did. Travis Voigt, really good player, but there wasn't a superstar on this team. Mark just did a tremendous job getting this team to play fast, which a lot of people like to see.
Yeah, I was going to say the opposite of Shaw ball. Mark Mearstein, they go up and down. They're a fun team to watch and very successful.
Yeah, fun team to watch. Another silver ball for them. Just Mark did a tremendous job, and they keep going back to state 3 of the last 4 years.
All right, congratulations to Coach Mearstein, Coach Shaw. Let's go over to the girls' side now. Plenty of real good coaches. Like I said, at the Resch Center, it was just filled. You could have picked anybody. For the large school, went with someone in their first year as a head coach.
First year as a head coach, New London's Andrea Fleece, and what Andrea did this year was amazing. 4 new starters off that team from the 2-time defending state champs. 2 years ago, she was playing college basketball. Wow. Never was a coach, head coach at any level. What does she do? She wins 26 straight games, and if it wasn't for a hero play by Eisenhower, they would have been in the state championship game again.
And it's not just about the winning. You got to keep your team level-headed when you're dealing with, what was it, a 68-game win streak?
68-game win streak, and this is all new for her. She's never been down this road as a head coach, and to do it with 4 new starters and Brenna Heisey, I thought she just did a tremendous job. They were not picked to win the Bay. Obviously, they ran away with it.
Very impressive. All right, let's go to the small school coaches of the year on the girls' side. And Doug, you went with a pair here. How can you pick one?
The war on the shore continues. They split again. Lynn Geyer from Kewanee, Mark Zastra from Algoma. The teams split this year. Then they went to state and each won a state title. And how do you pick between them? You don't. You give it to both of them because they both did a tremendous job.
And they both really rooted each other on at state.
Yeah, that's the cool thing is these kids and coaches root for each other. Lynn Geyer had, their big 3, Kleiman, Richard, and Stengel, who did a tremendous job, especially right there. And with Algoma, you had Taylor Schmidt leading the way to win a state title.
All right, Lynn Geyer, Mark Zastro. Excellent seasons, Doug, and excellent basketball season for you as well. Congratulations.
It was fun.
Prep Expert of the Year, if we gave that out. Maybe we'll start next